All right, there's a convention here in town over at Mandalay Bay, something about hair, and I guess it's giving Mike Doria hope. Mike?
I don't know about hope. Here's what I do know. The verdict is bad. There's not a whole lot of hair, but Dr. Bowman said that I have a hairline showing, so I guess that's good news. We're going to find out just how bald I am, although I think I pretty much already know the answer to this question.
Live from Las Vegas, Fox 5 News This Morning starts now.
All right, you know how there's like the anomaly in every situation? Well, guess who is once again? So the good news is I have hair. The bad news, I don't have enough of it, but we're going to see just how bald I am. Yeah, it's Monday.
I mean, that thing not only not finding hair, also not finding any functioning brain cells in that melon of Mike Doria's right there.
Niños. You two already starting at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Searching so hard, looking for something. It's just radio silence.
We'll check in with Mike Doria to see. You know, he wants hair, so maybe they will help him out.
I think he looks good bald.
Bald is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah.
Embrace it. But no, there's a big convention. Mike will tell us all about that.
Well, our Mike Doria, you know, multitasking. He has a hair appointment this morning.
Is it nose hair, back hair, ear hair?
No, we'll find out.
It's actually with a hair transplant surgeon, in town for Cosmo Proof. It's a cosmetic and beauty show over at Mandalay Bay. Mike Doria, we know, needs all the help he can get. So, Mikey, what have you found here so far?
Well, first of all, Dave Hall, it's Cosmo Prof, you moron, not proof. We know that the newscast is an idiot proof. And what I'm learning is that, like, what did you say? I have a good hairline in the front?
Yeah, you have a little bit of hair right at the widow's peak. But I'll tell you, Dave, not much else is going on over there, man. We got Mike really with a lot of hair loss. Take a look.
Wow, so now we can just see how bad the damage is.
Yeah, so we're using the microscope. This is a hair cam device that magnifies the scalp at 60 to 80 times magnification to look for miniaturizing hair.
You know what might be in those holes instead? Like Dave's name, Maria's name, Fox 5's name, like all the people that have caused me to lose my hair.
It could be. It could be all the people causing you stress. Stress can cause some hair loss, but mostly it's hereditary. Mom's side or dad's side, you know.
Well, I have a lot of like hair that grows out of my ears now and stuff like that. Why does it grow like there instead of up here?
Well, that happens when you age. You lose the hair up at the top of the scalp, and guys tend to grow hair in other places that are unwanted. You know, that's just how it is.
Like for Dave, it's his back, but hey, that's what's going to happen. All right, so there's some new techniques, new procedures. So I was reading somewhere now it says if you're bald, that's by choice.
That's true. You know, it's optional today because we can detect the hair loss process in an early stage of the game. And so that's what we have here. Hair check tools, which can measure thinning and loss of density before it's noticeable to the naked eye. Because you can lose 50% of your hair and it'll look about the same. As it starts to drop below 50%, that's when it looks bald or bare.
All right.
The hair cam is what I was using on you that magnifies the scalp. Under magnification, we can see the thinning, the balding, we can see the drop in density. And then we've got non-invasive therapies, treatments like nutritionals, FDA-approved medications, other hair products like Viviscal Professional, for example, which is an excellent nutritional, and Nutrafol. Non-chemical, non-invasive therapies like low-level laser therapy. This is a capillus laser that improves hair growth at home in just 6 minutes a day.
So really there's something like if one treatment's not right for you, there's another one behind it that could... Absolutely.
So we're getting stronger treatments now. PRP, platelet-rich plasma. We call it the lunch hour treatment. Some people call it a vampire hair growth therapy. That's a 1 hour bit of business in the office that causes your hairs to improve for about a year or two. But if the follicles are dead and gone, you're going to need transplantation.
Well, and I think that's where we're going with this, Dave and Maria. By the way, for Dave, now you know you can transplant hair and make that grow back. Can you add in personality or make personality come back?
Oh, unfortunately not. And I'll tell you, sometimes when we put the hair back, you get a boost of, great joy and happiness when you regrow a nice, thick, full, healthy head of hair, you know, for men and women, too.
Well, I don't know. Dave, Maria, I'm going to keep my bald... Well, first of all, I don't have a choice, but second of all...
Exactly.
I've been with it so long. Like, I'd have to redo all my headshots at Fox.
And again, bald is beautiful. Keep it.
All one of them. Yes, there you go.
Man, I bet if he ran that thing under your nose, it would start beeping like crazy. Got a forest down there.
Right, like the thing would get lost. It would, jam that thing right up.
You should try it.
All right, Mike Doria, we'll check back in with him in an hour to see what other shenanigans he gets into.
Well, our Mike Doria has a hair appointment this morning. What's wrong with that sentence?
Well, what's weird is it's for his ear.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
he's got a lot sprouting out there.
Got it.
It's
so
actually
not a hair appointment.
Yeah,
Okay.
none up there. It's all here. It's actually with a hair transplant surgeon in town for Cosmoprof, which is a cosmetic and skincare convention over at Mandalay Bay. We know Mike needs all the help he can get, so let's see what he's up to this hour, Mike.
I'll tell you what I've been up to last hour, Dave. I've been wandering around all these booths grabbing samples of like lotions and creams that can help with those crow's feet you have on the side of your face that just seem to keep growing.
Thank you. I need a big tube
And
of
if I'm
that.
not mistaken, in about 5 or 6 years' time, you're going to be right here at this very convention talking about hair loss. But it does not affect just men. You said a healthy head of hair has about 130,000 follicles. Mine has maybe 30,000.
Correct. But hair loss happens a lot in women, too. And we see that there's about 46 million women out there who are struggling with a hair thinning problem.
And that's, it's nothing new, but it's much more easy for a guy to walk around with a bald head than a woman, unless you're Sinead O'Connor.
You know what? It's not socially acceptable for a woman to lose her hair, so that's why we got to protect and enhance the hair that she has.
So that's big business. We're going to go over
sure.
there and talk to Tom, but that's big business right now.
So it's big business. That's why we're here with Keranique, the #1 hair regrowth brand for women in America.
All right. This is Tom. He's the CEO at the company. And as Dr. Bum was saying, for women, it's a little bit more closer to the heart. And so how does your company kind of help women and sort of with that struggle with hair loss or hair thinning?
It's a great question. We started this company a decade ago because of women that were close to myself and my partner Drew's family. Our relationship was my sister, my mother, and on his side it was his aunt. And we watched the devastating effect for them on hair loss because of what that means to women, and we said we have to do something about it. So we engaged our scientists and came up with a revolutionary formula. It was the first system developed for women and exclusively for women's biochemistry.
That's it right there?
Loss. Right here.
All right. So show us quickly how it works, and then with the whole medicinal part of it, you've made it like a beauty product as well, so that helps.
That's correct, which is really important.
I'd hurry up
for women.
because we're going to run out of time if you don't go.
Okay, so here's the way to apply Keranique. Keranique is the #1 selling hair regrowth brand for women in America. This is our patent applicator, so it's just very easy. It's a targeted application, and so it's not messy. It goes exactly on, and it can go to work immediately. And the goal is this clinically proven system to regrow women's hairs. We're the #1 selling hair regrowth system, and we have close to 2 million customers have trusted us to regrow their hair.
Does it work on men? And if so, can you spray like right here on me?
Yes, this can work on men, but it's not as effective as other solutions because this was made specifically for a woman's biochemistry.
It's like that deodorant commercial, it's strong enough for a man but pH balanced for a woman. That's the story of my life. I'm going to stay here a little longer today just to see what would happen if I, found enough products, like combine them all, Dave Hall. Because as you said, I need all the help I can get.
Doria's going to find like a giant vat of that and just stick his head in there and leave it in there for a full day.
I'm gonna come back tomorrow with like hair down to my butt, like just hanging really long and flowy.
Well, that'll be quite the sight. Look forward to that. All right, thank you, Mike.
Some stories are just gift wrapped in a nice bow and handed to us, and this is one of them.
A hair loss convention being covered by Mike Doria. He and his Chrome Dome are doing some investigating this morning over at Cosmoprof. It's the convention designed for all things in the beauty industry. So, Mike, there's some new techniques out there for you?
You got a lot of nerve, Monica. Your hair comes in a bag from overseas. At least you have hair coming in. I'd have to watch mine grow in one of these 3 tubes with this new smart graft thing. It's like what did you call it? The iPhone of hair grafting?
Smart graft is the iPhone of hair transplant surgery devices.
So how does it work?
So this is a device that allows us to take the individual follicles one at a time from the back of the scalp without leaving any linear scarring behind.
And that's important. Like people, I guess I would never know. I haven't had this done, but pain and scarring is kind of a big deal?
Correct. So old style procedures left a linear scar, had a long downtime, stitches or staples. This procedure has a much less downtime, much less discomfort, much quicker recovery, and absolutely no linear scar left behind.
And so I'm going to do my best to try and explain it. This is Dr. Alan Bauman. He's awesome. He's like the guru of hair transplant. But he said it sucks up the hair follicle through that, goes through the tube, and then into these dishes or cups where it keeps them moist and
Absolutely. So that's the greatest innovation with this device is that when the follicle is harvested, it's going to then be transferred and stored right into this container where it's going to be kept moist and cool while it's awaiting transplantation. And the reason why we want that is because it's going to improve the growth rate and then the quality of hair on the back end when it grows.
Well, you know what they say, hair today, gone tomorrow. By the way, that's what it would look like afterwards. I have an idea. What if we got, like, you know how at the zoo they had a live cam with that giraffe waiting to have the baby? What if we got a live cam, Monica and Jason, and we just watched my hair follicles grow in that dish? I don't know if that would, like, I'm hopeless.
But Mike, this is really interesting stuff. I mean, you know, imagine folks who have like, you know, lupus or other diseases. I know folks who have it and they've lost their hair. Is this for women as well?
Well, so Monica's asking, you know, people with lupus who have lost their hair, for women, could this help women as well?
So if you have a scarring type of alopecia, a hair transplant is probably not going to work for you. But it's really important to go see a board-certified hair restoration physician to really get the proper diagnosis so you know what's right for you, whether it's a medication, a laser light device, a PRP, platelet-rich plasma treatment, or hair transplant surgery. So American Board of Hair Restoration Surgery is the place to go to find the board-certified doctors. There's only about 200 of us who are board-certified in hair restoration surgery.
All right, well, I hope that answers that. By the way, 130,000 hair follicles on a healthy head of hair. I have probably less than 30,000.
Oh, boy. That's good information, Mike. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, for someone who could get hair transplants.
I knew that was going to be a great, great report.
Yeah, of course.
Bald is beautiful. What's that? Oh, sorry, we're at a hair transplant convention. Bald is not beautiful. I'll show you the latest in hair loss treatments.
Oh, yeah, that was the perfect story for Mike Doria.
All right, some stories are just gift wrapped in a nice bow.
Let me tell you.
And handed to us to present to you.
There's a miracle in this room, and Mike's name is on it. It's a hair loss convention, and it's being covered by you-know-who. He and his Chrome Dome are doing some investigating this morning over at Cosmoprof. It is the convention designed for all things in the beauty industry. So, Mike, there's some new techniques. You got some new products. You got some great stuff to talk about. Ooh, somebody's totally blinged out there. Who we talking to this morning?
I know, we're going to show you that. Yeah, I know, right? He walked in here and I started stumbling into things. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, a lot of new techniques here, but they say hair is everything, but what would I know? I don't even think I'm a candidate for that. But, you know, this is big business. People like their hair. This is Dr. Bauman. He's awesome.
Absolutely. People love their hair, and that's one of the reasons why I went into the business, to be able to give people back a full, thick, healthy, natural head of hair through hair transplantation, and we do that every single day.
And real quick, I think I was, you think you maybe said it. If you're walking around bald right now, that's by choice.
Correct. So hair loss is optional today. If you want hair, you can have it.
This guy over here, this is Martino Cartier. He helps people do that. You started a philanthropy called Wigs and Wishes, and tell a little bit what that does.
That's right. So wigsandwishes.org, we're a nonprofit. We have about 130 some locations, 7 countries across the globe, and we provide free wigs without any red tape to women going through chemotherapy, as well as wishes for children battling cancer.
Which is totally awesome. And you have salons, you do celebrities' hair. Can you name any?
Well, Paula Abdul's my favorite. She's also on our board for Wigs and Wishes.
Really? All right.
Yes.
And so you're not just a spokesperson, you're also a client.
That is correct. This is my before mugshot, and this is my after, and all the hair wasn't even in yet. I mean, if you look at my hairline, you cannot tell.
You cannot tell. Well, of course, you've also frosted the front of it, so I can't really. And then, you know, this takes away from that, but just easy.
Fine, I'm all right with it.
But, you know, it's for women especially, like men can go bald and they're fine. You know what I mean? Because we can figure out how to work around that. For women, it's a little different.
You know, my grandmother always said, when my hair looks good, I feel good. And when I'm on HSN and I'm dealing with millions of women a year, women, it's all about the hair. If your hair doesn't look good, you get in a rut. If people don't compliment you as a woman, sometimes, again, it can put you in a rut. So when your hair looks good, you just kind of have a spring in your step. You feel a little more empowered, you know?
Speaking of spring in your step, show these shoes here. Look at that.
Spring this morning.
Like, he walks in, like I said, I was almost walking into things. But those are awesome.
Thanks.
Those are even
Boy, he came ready for this morning.
By the way,
yeah.
Monica, Monica, I was thinking, what if, like, you give me the hair that you have now, and then you order some new hair, and we'll be twinsies?
Oh.
Yeah.
I can make that happen.
You won't be twinsies, though, because Monica never gets the same style twice. It will be slightly
I want to be
different.
like the new Jan Brady, Jason. Why do you got to rain on my parade?
By the way, I'm not joking. I literally bought Hulu so I can watch the Brady Bunch.
Wow.
Yeah, that just happened.
Monica.
I
Everything's
know.
about Monica.
I know. You just found your new BFF there.
Yeah.
We won't expect you back anytime soon.
awesome.
Talk soon.
Amen, sister.
All right.
All right.